gosh, where is slideshow from start? Okay, can everybody see that? Sweet. All right. All right. So pretty much just to give you a little bit of an overview of the Knights Helping Knights Pantry. We began from a class project in the first year in the Lead Scholars course back in 2009. And we have been celebrating our 10th anniversary last year. Pretty much UCF students wanted to create a food pantry to serve their fellow Knights, hence why it's called Knights Helping Knights. And this kind of grassroots initiative was chosen, was made to help students not have to choose between buying textbooks or buying groceries. Since we all know textbooks, no matter what major you come from, they're really, really expensive. And it becomes hard to try and balance, academics and studying and purchasing the supplies that you need versus choosing between groceries, or if you want to have like an apple for a snack, or what you're going to be having for dinner the next night. The Knights Helping Knights Pantry actually started. A fun fact about it is actually first started as a small little tiny closet from the student union, and it's really branched out to become its own little building located in Farrell Commons. We're actually attached to All Night Study 2. If you don't know where that is at, we are actually right next to the Libra community. And we're also around the area of where 63 South is at. So the Knights Helping Knights Pantry is both supported by the student union and funded graciously by our student government and various generous community donors, whether it's from students like yourselves, faculty, staff, and outside and inside members of UCF and the Central Florida community. And essentially, our mission is we're committed to serving UCF students by providing you guys free food, clothing, and personal hygiene items to foster continued academic success and to increase retention for students in need. And so just to give you a little bit of statistics about the pantry and how we've been navigating. In 2009, we actually averaged about 42,425 total student visits in that year. And the average per month that we saw in that year is about 3,500 student visits. In 2020, we actually saw that number kind of drop considerably, but the average students per month kind of grew a little bit. So we're seeing that while students, the number of student visits has dropped within the year, we see that there is still a consistent, steady stream of students who are in need and who are experiencing food insecurity, especially during a time of COVID, really putting a strain on finances at this time. And so far, it's caused, someone's in the waiting room. And so far, we've had to drastically change our services. So for some of you who do not know, the Knights Pantry, how it really works is that you're able to come in, all you need is your UCF ID to be able to get swiped in, and you are able to get 5 free food items and then be able to shop for any other items that are not food, such as clothing and toiletries and miscellaneous items at no additional limitation. We've had to change that given with COVID. So what we've essentially have done is created 2 separate forms that can be found on our website, knightspantry.org. We have a curbside pickup process form, and then we have an in-store shopping appointment form. So for the curbside pickup form, students are able to kind of fill out what they want in a to-go bag that they can pick up on our curbside. Whether you're on foot or you're in a vehicle, you would still have to fill out that form. And instead of getting 5 food items, you would get 20 items per week instead of 5 items per day. So in theory, a lot of what we put in the 20 item bag is supposed to last for a week. And we put items in there that you're able to make meals with. So this can be ranging from grains such as rice, beans, corn, canned vegetables, to quick meals, spaghetti, pasta, and then breakfast items such as cereal and protein such as peanut butter and jelly. We also have different other items such as bread and bakery, and then frozen meats and frozen goods. So like chicken, drumsticks, even whole turkeys we've gotten around Thanksgiving time. You'd be surprised, and a cooked ham. So if you've used our services before, or if you've never used our services before, I highly encourage it because you can get a whole ham and a whole turkey. And who doesn't love ham and turkey? Come on, guys. And so that's how the curbside pickup process works. Again, you can go on our website. That's knightspantry.org. I'll drop it in the chat before we conclude here. But the curbside form is really easy. It's a Google form. And if you have any dietary restrictions, such as if you're diabetic or you have a peanut allergy or gluten-free, you can put that in there's a section in the form where you can put that in there so that we know not to put that in your bag, or we know what to put in your bag. So pretty much if we have it at the time, we will do our best to make sure that you have what you need in your bag. Now for the in-store shopping appointment, it's the same thing, except for when you're coming in to shop inside the pantry, you're only going to be shopping for items that's not food. So our clothing, our toiletries, and any miscellaneous items that we get from our other partners, such as Walmart. And I'll get to that in a minute. So basically, you can fill it out on the Google form again. Once you filled out that form, you'll be sent another email that will have a link to a doodle poll. And in that doodle poll, each week it'll be reset differently for the consecutive weeks. So you have to consistently fill it out every week if you're wanting to be shopping on a weekly basis. And if for those of you who are familiar with doodle poll, it'll just ask you to pick a date and a time when we're open, and you would just pick that time as long as it's not grayed out. And once you submit that, you have your time slot locked in. We're currently doing shopping appointments for 15 minutes at staggered intervals. So we are open actually from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so the doodle poll will reflect those hours in 15-minute staggered intervals. So when you get that doodle poll after you've submitted the first form, once you get the doodle poll form, it'll show you which times are available and which times are not. And once you have that in-store shopping appointment set for that week, you would just come in and you would just give us a call, let us know that you have an appointment, provide your first and last name, and then just show your UCF ID for verification, and we let you in for your 15 minutes to be able to shop. After every shopping appointment, we make it our mission to disinfect as best as we can. We encourage the use of hand sanitizers, and obviously, of course, please wear your mask at all times when you're on campus and inside the Knights Pantry as well. So just to further elaborate within the in-store shopping appointments, we get a lot of different donations from various partners. One of our partners that we get donations from is Walmart. And from Walmart, we get a lot of different items that cannot be repackaged and resold back. And so they're given to us. So some of the things that we've gotten in the past range from baby clothes. We've also gotten baby toys. strollers, appliances such as coffee makers, um, let's see, microwaves, household kitchenware such as plates, utensils, various different things, even electronics like cables and wires, sometimes even screen protectors for phones. We get a lot of different things. So you really don't know what to expect when you walk inside the pantry. Like I can tell you right now, we have a toilet bowl cover. I don't know. Don't ask. It's in here if someone needs a toilet bowl cover because their toilet bowl broke and they don't want to pay for one. Then there you go. That eliminates our financial costs right then and there. But there are a lot of different items in here that can be useful to knights like yourselves. So definitely, if you are in need of certain items or you just want to come in to shop one day, we highly encourage you to use the in-store shopping appointments at your leisure. Moving on. All right. So one of our other biggest partners that I want to touch upon very greatly is Second Harvest. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Second Harvest, it is our food bank in the Central Florida area. It's one of the biggest, and they are our closest and most important donor, since we get about half of our donations we purchase from them. And so we work very closely with them, and through them, we are actually aligned in what's called a Grocery Alliance program. So this Grocery Alliance program allows for organizations such as Knight's Pantry to be able to pick up from other supermarkets around the area and stores around the Central Florida area. So in the past, we've been able to pick up items from Lucky Supermarkets back when it was open. We were able to pick up fresh produce, bread, and dry items. Now we are assigned to Big Lots and Aldi's. So we get a lot of dry items, sometimes Walmart items from Big Lots, and then a lot of frozen food and meats from Aldi's. And I don't know about y'all, but Aldi's is one of my favorite stores. They're very cheap, but they have really good things, really good food items in there. So highly encourage you to check them out as well. So um, uh, the Grocery Alliance program is part of this food recovery program. And as I said before, it includes meat, produce, dairy, bakery, and dry goods, offers a wide range of nutritious and sought after foods. So really a very great and important way of us to eliminate food waste. Um, Organizations such as Aldi's and Big Lots donate to us so that we can provide to the UCF to the UCF population. And so some of the other key partners that we also work with, we also get fresh bakery from Publix, as I said before, Walmart, and we get a lot of great produce from UCF Arboretum and Wellness Health and Promotional Services, also known as WHIPS. They donate a lot of fresh produce to us from the fresh gardens here on campus, such as Okinawa spinach, watermelon radishes, dinosaur kale, and I don't know what we have right now, but those are some of the items that we generally get from them, and also holy basil and mustard. Um, so produce, also a very key and important food group that the Knights Pantry offers whenever we get it. And this is another important service that the Knights Pantry offers. But at this time, we're not offering it currently due to COVID restrictions, but I still felt that it was important that you guys know about it and some of the other professional clothing wear that we do offer. So we have a blazer rental program. We call it Nitro Suits. And pretty much, if you're in need of a professional blazer or suit, uh, to prepare for an upcoming interview or a career expo that the university hosts from time to time, you can actually rent our blazers for up to 5 business days. And it's free of charge. You don't have to pay a $70 to $300 blazer or suit that you're probably going to wear once or twice in your life because of an interview. You know, they're expensive. I've had to pay that amount for a blazer. I don't even use it that much. So any any area where I can save money, I will gladly do that. So 5 business days, you're able to rent a blazer. We have blazers from different sizes. We have about 30 different blazers, both male and female sizes, and in different colors, black, navy, and white. Um, as I said before, due to COVID, um, are we do not offer this service. However, we do still have blazers that you are able to keep and not return. And so some of those blazers are already on stock, in stock on the floor of our pantry. And so you can, if you see a size that fits you or a color that you like, you do not have to return it. You're more than welcome to take it, and you have a blazer slash suit for the rest of your life. And that is a pretty sweet deal. Um, so I highly encourage you to check us out, check that out. In addition to blazers, we also have dressy shoes, dressy shirts, blouses, and dresses that you can also keep. Those are not rentable, and so it's a really awesome program. And this program was actually um, generously funded by our student government as well with the nitro suits. Next. And so these are some of the items that we typically have that goes fairly quickly. So peanut butter, canned tuna, canned chicken, fruits, pasta sauce, macaroni, and rice, etc. Um, these are some of the items that we generally have and then we both need. And if just to spread the word with that, and that is my contact information down below in case you have any more questions. Then that's also my assistant manager's contact at the bottom. So at this time, I'll open the floor to any questions that you guys have. If there's any questions for any of y'all that might have come late, if there's anything that I can touch base upon quickly, or you can email me.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask really quick what I missed. I had trouble joining the call because I didn't know you had to join through the UCF Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So I just came in about a couple minutes ago.
We have recorded the session, and we're going to share the session if you joined us late.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I see some in the chat. So is that Rihanna? If I'm saying your name correctly, I hope so. Where are you guys located? So we're located in Farrell Commons. We are attached to All Night Study 2, and we are actually right, I want to say, in between Student Accessibility Services and the Pride Commons area suite. And our physical address, in case you're coming by car, I'm going to drop it in the chat. There it is. Terry, hi Terry, thank you for your question. The pantry just allows 5 items a day, right? So before COVID, we did offer 5 items a day, but now due to COVID, we are allowing students to take 20 items in a food bag that we developed through our curbside pickup process. And so that's 20 items that you're getting in a bag per week. And you can find those forms at knightspantry.org. And if anything, I can show y'all really quickly what the form looks like. I'm just gotta share my screen. This is what our website looks like. And then as soon as you scroll down, you're gonna see click here for curbside pantry pickup and then in pantry shopping. So once you click that, it's just a simple call checks form, just that you're currently a student, your first and last name, and your UCF ID, that's the one without the letters. And then email you can be reached at, phone number, and then your class standing, and then what day you want to pick up your bag. So when you specify which day you want to pick up your bag, there's going to be no dates. As long as you come between our hours of operation, which is 10 a.m., between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., you can pick up your bag at any day of the week during that time period. As long as you call and let us know, it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes to make your bag. But as long as you, when you do get here, you just give us a call. We'll be able to pull up your form and be able to create your bag. It's very, very important that you fill out this form before coming here because we need to have the information. We need to have the information for us, and then also the information to be able to quickly make your bag. And then, as I said before, down below, there's a 1 to-go bag per week policy. And then here at the bottom, you can request what kinds of items you want. So if you just want non-perishable goods and then refrigerator, you can just highlight how many you want. If you just want none of those and you just want that, then you can do that by all means. And then at the bottom, any special requests. If I was a student that didn't want any cans, like any canned food, no canned food, I would simply put that. Or if I was gluten-free and I had requested bread and bakery items, gluten-free bread, anything specific, you can put it all in there. And then at the bottom, we've included kind of where we're located. If you're coming by car or by foot, this is like an aerial view of where we are located and where you'd be able to park your car curbside or where you would come. It's all in the form right there. And then for really quickly for the in-store and pantry shopping, it's the same process. Just pretty much what you're going to be shopping for, what you're looking at, or what you intend to look at. And then when you click forward, it'll submit the form. And then after you submit that form, it'll send you an email to the email that you put, the doodle poll. And the doodle poll is where you'll put which time you want to come for your in-store shopping appointment. For the students that have had to move away from the Orlando area because of the pandemic, are there any shipping options? So unfortunately, we do not have any shipping options. We do, there are other pantries that we have that are not on main campus. So for example, what's the word? The College of Medicine also has their own pantry, and they're offering students kind of a limited service. And you can call them for their own separate process style. But if you're out of the Orlando area in another state or not in the Central Florida area, we don't have any shipping options at this time. I'm sorry. Were there any other questions? No problem. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Eli. For the person that asked the question in reference to shipping if you're outside of the Orlando area, while Nice Pantry may not be able to help You may be able to qualify for some UCF CARES funding if you are experiencing some type of hardship where you're unable to access food, or you're having a food or shelter insecurity. I would recommend that you send me an email or contact financial aid. Soon there will be UCF CARES funding that will be released to students that are experiencing any type of hardship, or we may be able to connect you with UCF CARES directly by a form that I have that will allow you to request funding. As long as you're a UCF student, just remember that there are resources here for you, and those resources may vary and they may be different for each of you, but just know that whether you're on campus or not, there are some options available to you. Thank you, Eli.
No problem. Thank you.
Are there any questions for us? I see a comment in the chat. For students that have had to move away from Orlando, okay, all right then, so please. You were denied last semester. Bianca, can you email me directly? My email address, I'm gonna put it here for everyone. If you have specific questions so that we can address your questions individually and connect you to the right resources, please email me directly if you have some unique circumstances, right? Or if you need to have me help you navigate this process. Are there any additional questions for myself or Eli? You're very welcome, everyone. We are so excited that you were able to join us today. Eli, I would like to thank you for conducting this session for our Knights today. If you have any questions in reference to the presentation, please contact Eli. If you have additional questions or questions that you just didn't want to ask today, please email me directly and I will definitely follow up with you, okay? Again, have a great day. And again, thank you, Eli, for such a great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.